Good day, and hopefully you are well wherever you are around the world, ladies and gents. This stream is really just a trailer for a stream I'm going to do in a day or two. But because of events today, it's also going to mention something that happened today as well. So there we go. But as always, I shall start us off with a nice tune.
Now the drums beat up again for all true soldiers, gentlemen. Let us list and march, I say, over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, to Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. King and commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. Gentlemen who have a mind to serve a queen both good and kind, list and enter into pay, then over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. King and commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. No more from sound of drum retreat, will Marlborough and Galway beat the French and Spaniards every day, over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. The commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. 40 shillings on the drum for those who volunteers to come. Shirts and clothes and present pay, over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. The commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. The apprentice Tom he may refuse to wipe his angry master's shoes, for then he's free to sing and play, over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. The commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. And shall lead more happy lives by getting rid of brats and wives, sold on both the night and day, over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. And commands and will obey, over the hills and far away. For if we go, 'tis 1 to 10, when we return all gentlemen as well as they, went over the hills and far away, over the hills and o'er the main, the Flanders, Portugal, and Spain. And commands and will obey, over the hills and far away.
Okay, that was Over the Hills and Far Away, which is a very famous traditional British song. Hang on, guys, I'm typing something and I'm not good at multitasking, I guess you'd say. Patriotic Archive, hello. Anyway, look, this stream was originally designed because on Thursday, the 10th of February at 9 p.m. UK time, which is Friday, the 11th of February, 8 a.m. Eastern Australian time, I will finally be doing the stream I've been threatening for ages about John Charmley's book, Splendid Isolation, Britain and the Balance of Power, 1874 and 1914. And I think if it goes as well as I hope it does, it should be one of the best streams we've ever done. I've got at least 3 or 4 people who have been reading the book. They're all good, intelligent chaps. And I think maybe we can start to explain to people where the original sin of Britain and the Empire came in. So, as I said, that'll be on Thursday, the 10th of February at 9 p.m. UK time, and that's 8 a.m. Eastern Australian time. So we'll be doing that, and I know that I've got 3 or 4 really good guys coming on for that stream, and that'll be great. And that was the main thing this little stream was about, was like being a little trailer for that stream. But I feel after events of today that I need to say something about what's happening to Don the Pleb. Now, I like Don the Pleb. He's a former United States Marine Corps NCO, and he's a combat veteran. And he put his life on the line for America. I do not always agree with Don the Pleb. I sometimes, like when he talks about European people not being willing to do stuff, I want to punch him. But I generally assume he's not talking about the Brits, because it's not true about the Brits anyway. But what seems to have happened today, like I watched Academic Agent's Unpopular Opinions very early for me this morning, and during the time when I was walking my little cross-check Russell dog, it seems that Sergeant Sniper or somebody or other said some stuff to AA that made him behave like a little girl. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you're a man, what some other man says is not your problem, and not that person's problem either. So Don the Pleb was supposed to be a guest and speaking at the US event, and according to Don the Pleb himself, this has all been cancelled because of what went on, it seems, during the AA stream. Now, look, I've been giving AA money for, I don't know, well over a year. But if this proves to be true, it's going to stop. Let me know. Trust me, it's just going to stop. Because if you behave like a little girl or a leftist because someone else said something that upset you, then you're a wanker. I beg my pardon, but like, honest, you are. You know, if I was like in a really tight corner and in a fight, I'd sooner have Don the Pleb next to me than AA, because I don't think AA can fight for fuck, but that's just my idea. Whereas Don the Pleb was United States Marine Corps, and most of those guys can at least fight. So, yeah, I don't know. But before we move on, I'm just going to play this.
men who have been selected for sea school are present and accounted for, sir.
Private Winters. I congratulate you, Winters.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, some people will have noticed that the US Marines were in a very Frenchified free ranks there, but I mean, you know, what can they do? But yeah, listen, guys. Don the Pleb did not say anything to anybody to get banned from the US event. As far as I can work out, someone else did, and that resulted in Don the Pleb being banned from the US event. Well, I'm sorry, boys, but if you're going to behave like a woman or a leftist, which is what that is, then we are going to lose. Don the Pleb is a former US Marine Corps NCO and a combat veteran, and he's the sort of guy we on the right need. And if I was really in a tight corner, I'd much rather have Don the Pleb on my flank than AA. And if it turns out that AA had anything to do with Don the Pleb being banned from the US event, then I'm not giving AA any more money. And I've been doing it for over a year, mate. Not much, but like, you know, a bit every month. I just don't understand this. And let me also say that an American who I really like and respect is Dave the Distributist. And I'm a mod on Dave's channel. And Dave has told me that he didn't agree with it. And he's going to try and get the people running the US event to reverse their decision on Don the Pleb. So good on Dave. I like the Distributist. He's a good man. He's also a husband and a father, which some people on this side of the world are not. Like, if you're really going to ask me, do I prefer people like Don the Pleb to assorted trannies on AA's channel, then fuck the assorted trannies. Excuse me, that's the wrong term. The assorted tranny should get pissed, as far as I'm concerned. I do not understand how, over the period where I took my little rescue cross-check Russell dog out, that somehow or another somebody who was an adult male said something on AA's channel that got Don the Pleb banned from going to the US event, where loads of people wanted to go and see Don the Pleb going there. This is pathetic, and AA needs to stop it. And if he doesn't, I'm actually going to part ways with AA on this. I really am. Patriarch Archive in the chat is saying that, and I don't disagree with you, mate. Honestly, I don't always agree with Don the Pleb. Like I said, don't always agree with him at all. But I think he's a good-hearted man who wants what's best for our guys. Yeah, I agree. A has been heading towards falling out with Don for a while. Oh, okay. And if that happens, Atman, and Atman is my good friend, by the way, slag him off and you slag me off. And I would just say this. If that happens, then I'm going to go down on the Don side every single time. It is pathetic and womanish for the people who are running the US event to ban Don the Pleb for something another adult said. It's pathetic and it is crap and it should never happen. Anyway, there we go. I've had my say on that bloody thing. So as I said, the main point of this little stream, drunk stream if you like, I've been drinking whiskey all day, guys. But anyway, the main point of it was to say on Thursday the 10th, 9 p.m. UK time, that's Friday the 11th, 8 a.m. Australian time, we will finally have our stream on John Charmley's great book, Splendid Isolation, Britain and the Balance of Power, 1874 and 1914. And I hope all of you guys will attend that. And in the meantime, I hope the other people will stop being a wank to Don the Pleb. But anyway, there we go. I'm going to play us out with appropriate, very British tune.
Adieu to you Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain, for we've received orders to sail for old England. We hope in a short time to see us again.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
We hove our ship to with a wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to for to strike soundings clear. It's 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. We squared our main yard and up channel did steer.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Now the first land we sighted, it is called the Dudman. Next Ramshead off Plymouth, start Portland and White. We sailed on by Beachy, by Fairley and Dungeness, and we hove our ship to off the South Foreland Light.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Then the signal was given for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your shank painter, likewise your cat stopper. Haul up your clew garnets, let tacks and sheets fly.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
Now let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man toss off his full glass. We'll sing and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of each true-hearted lass.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly 'tis 35 leagues.
There you go, Spanish ladies. Hopefully, chaps and everyone else, you'll join us tomorrow night for a much more interesting stream. But if you know AA or any of the people running the US event, please tell them they're being wankers over Don the Pleb, because they absolutely are. And on that note, good evening.